Hey everyone, it's Aladdin here with the Chase DA Sports Handicapping YouTube channel. I know it's been a few weeks. UFC's it's been off, I think, this week, and the last card wasn't that good. But I know our picks weren't the best, but I think we'll just move on with that. We got the French Open right here. Won't waste your time anymore. Just going to jump right into this. I got one play already made, and then I'm going to break down the quarter predictions, and then probably just give you an outright prediction. But just jumping right in. We have the first quarter. I mean, seems pretty fair that Alcaraz is the favorite. I mean, minus 180 for a quarter favorite. It's pretty steep, but I mean, honestly, I might throw money on this because I don't think he loses. He has a 5-0 head-to-head against Stefanos in the last like two or three matches. He's just been really dominant against Stefanos. I love Stefanos, but I just can't, especially at this short of a number too. It's like everyone else is like massively priced except Carlos and Steph. So I want Steph to win. I just don't think he will. I think the blueprint's out on him. But Alcaraz knows just how to beat him. Musetti, I think he's beaten Alcaraz before, and he has had some success here. He was up 2-0 against Djokovic, 2-0 against Stefanos one year, but choked both matches. So I think he definitely deserves to be a favorite on the side. Cam Norrie, pretty consistent too. Grinder, really solid. I think he's sort of dipping down a little bit. The last month or so, his results haven't been the best, but I still think he's a solid player. Look out for him. Felix, again, he just withdrew from Lyon with an injury, I think. So be careful on him. And Shapovalov, I mean, you're just wasting your money if you're throwing on. Honestly, anyone after FAA, I don't see anyone having a chance here. I know Shevchenko, he made a decently run. He took a set off Medvedev on clay. Nakashima. I mean, I don't see any of these guys. I mean, Schwartzman maybe a few years ago, but he's just been dreadful the last year or so. And don't see Isner doing anything, and really any of these other guys doing anything else. So my official pick for quarter one is going to be Alcaraz, but probably try to play him with a big favorite because minus 175 is really juicy, especially for an outright. But I do think he will. This is at least saying he'll make the semifinal, so I think that's a fair price. Moving on, quarter two. Now this one I wouldn't lay. Djokovic basically at the same price, but he hasn't even made a semifinal on the clay this year. And what's that injury gonna do? It's his I think it's a shoulder or an elbow is on his right arm, and he's just been really spotty, to be honest. I think I would look more to guys like Rublev. I think he'll have really solid chance here. Maybe not obviously to win it, but at least to go deep. I think Herc's on upset alert. Don't bet Herc. He hates clay. He's not that good on it. Fakina, he's not bad either. Kachanov, I think he maybe can argue him too. He's had some solid results, pretty consistent this year. Stan, I want to say he'll make a run or do something magical, but he seems to like win a match, lose a match, win a match, lose a match. So I need to see more from Stan really to be putting money on him. One I might look to honestly choose is I know he just won a title, so he might be pretty tired. But Arthur Feast, man, the crowd loves this guy. He's only 19 years old. I think he's just awesome to watch, and I don't think the physical issues will be a problem because, like I said, he's pretty young, and I think he'll have like 2 or 3 days rest before his first match. And after that, I really don't see anyone I would bet on. Shelton, I haven't really seen enough on clay. It's his first season on clay, and like his play style, but I just don't think it's the best on clay. Yabing Wu, he's actually been decently sneaky into clay. Pedro Martinez, he had to go through qualifying actually this year, which was surprising. But after that, I mean, I don't see really any of these guys getting through. Even Van Ash, I know the crowd loves him too, another Frenchman. But I don't think he'll go very far, at least compared to like Novak or Rublev. So I think my official pick will probably be Rublev, but obviously you can't fade Novak because it's like the guy's. I mean, he's only won the tournament twice, but he's won 23 majors. Knows how to play best of 5 set tennis. So official pick's going to be Rublev. Close second, I would say, is Djokovic, but I'm probably going to put maybe like 0.25 units on maybe Rublev right here. I think it's a good spot for him. And then I think Fucsovics isn't bad either. His best of 5 set record is actually pretty good. Really good physical stamina. Never gets tired, really. I just don't think he'll beat a lot of these players. Maybe he might. Again, another one of those players kind of like Stan, where he'll like win a match or two, then just lose. Win a match or two, then lose. So I'm going to go with Rublev in this one on the second quarter. Third quarter. Okay, this one is actually a little spicy right here. We have Rune, Ruud, Cerundolo. I think all these guys are live right here. Cerundolo just lost in a final against Fils actually today. That was in Lyon. I don't really put too much stock into that. Maybe he was just like, okay, I'm just going to get ready for the French Open, see what I could do there. Ruud, I mean, again, he has a lot of points to defend. He made the final last year. So he can't do bad here. He doesn't have much room for error here. But he's just been really inconsistent this year. And besides small clay 250 events, he's just been very underwhelming, to be honest. I think Rune is definitely the smarter pick in this one. He's just been playing solid tennis. I think he's made at least a quarterfinal in the last 4 events. The guy's really, really consistent. My only worry with him is his stamina and his physical capabilities, because we've seen it before in the past. He gets the cramps, has to call an MTO, especially in a best of 5 set match. It's probably more of a chance of that happening. So maybe look, if you have money on him or something like that and he's up in a set or up in the match, maybe look to hedge on him. But Rune he's really impressed me this year. Maybe probably one of my favorite players to watch this year. Wouldn't count out Fritz. Really consistent too. I don't know what he's. Clay, it's just definitely his worst surface, and I think out of Rune, Ruud, and Cerundolo, they're by far the better player on that surface. Jari, he just won another title. I forget where it was though, but he did beat Zverev on the way there, and he beat Dimitrov in the final. And I think another player, both those wins he had this year, I think one was in Santiago, and I'm blanking so hard on the one that just happened. But they're both at altitude, which means the ball is going to be going faster. He's kind of a serve bot, but he is pretty lethal. He's a good drop shot. I think a lot of these, like I said, this is probably the most exciting one. Even Jan-Lennard Struff. I think he's made the quarterfinal twice at Roland Garros. You could look that up. At least once, though, I know for sure. Baez, another interesting one. After that, though, I'm surprised Lajovic is not over Lehechka, because he went on like an 8 or 10 match winning streak on the clay this year. But after that, I would not bet anyone after Lajovic. Munar, Gasquet, Bublik, Giron. I would not bet any, especially Monfils. I would not bet him to make the semifinal. That's for sure. So my official pick is probably going to be Rune. I know I'm picking a lot of the favorites or whatever, but I'll do dark horse in this one. I'll probably do Jari. I love his game, and then maybe a small amount on Struff. Okay, last quarter here. Got Medvedev as a favorite, then close behind is Sinner. Then we have Zverev, surprisingly Thiem at 4th. I don't know how. Coric and Tiafoe. I definitely understand Medvedev as the favorite. He just won Rome. He's definitely improved on clay this year. By far his best clay year results, I would say, by far. I like Sinner too. I think he'll do at least decently well here. I just feel like he's been a little, I don't want to say underwhelming, but just a little flat the last 2 or 3 weeks. I really want to see Zverev come back here, because this is where he got his injury last year against Nadal, and that might still be in his mind. He's like, hey, I might want some payback or retribution for that. He wants to go deep here. But like I said before, I know Thiem has made the final here 2 or at least 2 times, maybe 3 times. But I don't know how anyone's betting on Team right now. He is just really, really dreadful. I'd honestly bet Chorich before him, and maybe even Dimitrov, because a lot of these, I mean, Team has just been really, really bad this year. Draper, anytime that guy's playing, I think he's a live dog. I just don't think he's that good on clay. But definitely look out for him. I think he could be he can upset some people this weekend. But my official pick is probably just going to be Medvedev with a small sprinkle on Zverev. Like I said, I like Zverev a lot. Love his play style. I just think his mental is how do you say it? Just like his mental strength is just really weak at times, especially in the big moments. Like that match against Medvedev where he served for it twice, had match points. That was just inexcusable to lose that match this year. I think that was in Madrid or maybe Barcelona. Either way, though, can't be losing matches like that. And yeah, I'm going to go with probably Medvedev to win this. Okay, just to wrap up this video, I'm going to just go all the way at the top, my outright pick. I'm going to go with, I know it's easy to say, but how is anyone fading Alcaraz right now? I mean, the guy is, besides that one loss to Marozsan, that was his only loss all year that was in straight sets, and only his third loss of the year. I really just don't know how he's going to lose, to be honest, unless he like faces just a really determined Novak or just somehow Stefanos finds a way to beat him, which I just really can't see. I'd be absolutely astonished if Alcaraz lost before the quarterfinals, and even honestly before the semifinals. I think anyone after Rublev, I would say, is probably a waste of money just to win the tournament. I think Fritz, Coric, Team, they might go deep. Even Musetti, like I said, Jari even, but I don't think they're winning it. I really don't. And a lot of people have said like this is a really open slam with no Nadal, but I'm really seeing like it's these top four guys right here: Alcaraz, Djokovic, Rune, and Medvedev, and really everyone else. And it's crazy to say that because last year there was like the mix was like way bigger. You had obviously Nadal, Sinner was up there honestly, Stefanos was definitely up there last year, Ruud especially, he made the final last year, Zverev. I mean, all these guys were in the mix, and now it's definitely, it seems like it's cut in half, or at least a little more predictable, and you can see that by the odds. They jump quite drastically after you pass Tsitsipas. They really jump up. So I had made one parlay. It's a favorite parlay for the first round. It's 3 legs. I'll put it up now. I got Fusovics. Like I said earlier, his best of 5 set match record I think is like 39 and like 28. Pretty solid, honestly. I think that was I saw something that was like in the top 20% on the tour, so pretty good. My only concern is that he's facing a Frenchman, Grenier, so the crowd will definitely be against him, but I think he'll be able to overcome that. And my prediction is he'll probably win within 4 sets. And if it does go 5 sets, I think he'll be able to grind it out and just get that dub. Like I said, the guy's a machine. Next up is Rublev. Jere, I think, did beat him last year on clay. I think it was in Serbia, I believe. But I think Rublev, the guy's just been really, really consistent this year, kind of like Nori. But I think Rublev honestly wins in straight sets, honestly. He's just going to probably overpower Jere. And he's even said that he loves playing on clay, Rublev. So I think he'll probably want to show out some results here and maybe try to match his boy Medvedev on the clay. And then finally we have Musetti. Like I said, the guy likes to play here. Pretty solid results that he's posted. Like I said, I know he choked the 2 matches, Djokovic and Stefanos up 2-0. But I think Emer, he's not that good on clay, and the guy's kind of a mental midget. If you just saw last week, you could look it up on YouTube. He got disqualified from a match. He was breaking his racket on the umpire chair, yelling all over the place, and he got disqualified. So it kind of seems like a mental midget to me. So I think this is a pretty good parlay all around. -500 gives you about -130. Probably looking to put a unit on it, maybe a unit and a half at most. But yeah, those are my predictions. Thanks for listening, and have a good one.